Trail. This is Mrs. Archer with your daily Wildcat Wire news. Today is Friday, January 29th, 2021. Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today, the weather is partly cloudy and 30 degrees. We would like to wish a very happy birthday to Richard R., as well as Brooklyn C., Samuel S., Amari D., and Mrs. Adams, who will be celebrating this weekend. Today is also National Puzzle Day. Could your brain use a little exercise today? Whether it's a crossword, jigsaw, or Sudoku puzzles, engage our brain in more ways than one. Scientists have discovered that when we work on a jigsaw puzzle, we utilize both sides of the brain, improving memory, cognitive function, and problem-solving skills in the process. By utilizing puzzles, people can stimulate the brain and improve a number of thinking skills. Throughout this week, we have learned about your new IDs, how to self-certify, and how you'll go about entering the building. Today, Mr. Lubing is going to take you through how you will navigate the hallways. If you are returning to the building in the next few weeks, please pay attention so that you are prepared to return to Indian Trail.
As you enter the building at Station 1, staff members will be holding the door for you to avoid high contact areas. There are hand sanitizer stations available for your convenience. Once in the building, you will proceed to your first hour class immediately. Students will be carrying their backpacks and items to every single class, as we will not be utilizing lockers to assist with social distancing. We are fortunate enough that Indian Trail is, for the most part, a simple square. Therefore, we are going to utilize one-way traffic for most of the building. On the floor, you will see a series of directional arrows and instructions. Let's walk the building and explain. We proceed forward down the hallway towards the 6th grade classes. If my first class is in room 21, I will proceed there immediately. If you're new to the building, you'll notice that every room has a room number outside. These go numerically, and where you just entered the building starts with room 11. So we proceed through the hallway and we come to room 21. At the end of period 1, I then have to go to room 18. Instead of exiting and turning left to go back to room 18, which we just passed, students will have to walk around the square following the flow of traffic until you get back to room 18. Even if the room is right next door, students are to walk around. With no locker to stop at and not being able to stop to talk with your friends, you will have plenty of time to get around the entire square of the building. There are only a couple of intersections that may be a little confusing. As you approach the intersection outside of room 27, you'll be able to go 3 different ways. If you have class in room 28, 29, or 30, you will see the hallway divided by cones. Please proceed down the hall to your class on the right-hand side, and the same when you leave that class. If you are going to room 31, 32, 34, band, or gym, you will go straight at this intersection. Rooms 31 and 32 will be on the right, and if you're going to 34, band or gym, proceed to the end of the hallway and go through the cafeteria, which we'll do in just a moment. Otherwise, you can turn left and continue your loop around the building following the room signs. So I am going to be proceeding to gym class. So at this intersection, I'm going to go straight. As I said a moment ago, rooms 31 and 32 will be on your right. We go all the way and down the hallway. And here on our left, we'll enter the cafeteria. If you happen to see any floor indications that say, do not enter, stop here, please do not proceed into that length of the hallway or that general area. And as you can see, the floor decal is telling me to turn left to proceed into the cafeteria. The arrows proceed through the cafeteria. And once you get here to the end of this hallway, you have 3 directions you can go. If you're going to choir, you're actually going to be waiting right outside in this tiny section of hallway and allow the air to filtrate out when the class starts. Room 34 will be right here. If you're going to gym, you'll proceed down this short little hallway into the gymnasium and await further instructions from your PE teachers. You'll also notice on the floor in front of the locker rooms with the decal saying do not enter. You will not be changing for PE class, so please refrain from using the locker rooms at all. They will probably be locked up. Back at this intersection, as we exited the cafeteria with my other 2 choices, if you were in class in room 31 or 32 and need to get back in the loop, you turn left and go up the hallway. You'll notice at the end of the hallway, there is a arrow sign pointing with the one-way arrow, meaning the flow of traffic, you have only one choice, and that is to go right. And that takes us to our main foyer. Band students, you will not be proceeding directly to the band room. You will actually be coming here into the foyer and you will be waiting on one of these dots. We have to allow the band room to filtrate out in between classes. So you will come here, and when the passing period is over, Mr. Fleming will come and retrieve you and take you to class. As for students leaving gym class, you will not proceed the way you came in over by the boys' locker room. You will turn and exit through the gym door back into the main hallway and flowing into the flow of traffic to proceed around the building.
If you recall last week, I talked to you on the value of friendships. Who you surround yourself with, you become. I talked about forming friendships throughout our lives and one day needing to draw on those friendships. Sometimes, kids, the advice I give you comes from years of experience. Sometimes the advice are things I think you need to hear. Sometimes it's things I need to remind myself to do. And sometimes, just sometimes, something happens and I think, man, I just told the kids this exact same thing. I'm a genius. If you recall, weeks ago, we talked about having a person. I said I have different people in my life for different situations. Last week, I told you about the value of friendships you have and one day needing them throughout those rough days. And here I am giving you the perfect example only 7 days later. Words have the power to lift you up and unfortunately knock you down. When they knock you down, it can be because those words were said to you directly, or maybe you heard them from someone else. Sometimes your words can be twisted or interpreted the wrong way, and you can hurt someone else. And once those words come out there, it can not only be difficult to take them back, but it can hurt relationships and friendships, and lots of work needs to be done to repair the damage of those words. Recently, I was hurt by someone's words, hurt to the point that I cried. The first thing I did was pick up the phone and call my friend, who was familiar with what I was going with. From the moment I said hello, she knew. What's wrong? What happened? I told her, and instead of her giving me advice, she said, I'm so sorry you went through that. You didn't deserve that. She knew I didn't need advice, just someone to listen. She didn't make it about her. She didn't tell me what I should do. She just listened. As we were wrapping up our conversation, she mentioned a button she has on her lanyard at school. I've never been one of those people to have all those pieces of flair on my lanyard. She does, and it totally suits her. She said she had a quote from Michelle Obama. "When they go low, we go high." Later that night, I looked up when our former First Lady said that quote. It was from a speech she gave some time ago. It was advice she had given her girls when they were 7 and 10, and whenever they would hear negative things about their family, she would tell them, "When they go low, we go high." Those words that hurt me to the point that I cried, it wasn't the first time, and it won't be the last. I have about as much power about what people say to me or about me as I do the weather or if the sun shines tomorrow. The only power I have is how I react. When they go low, we go high. Is it easy? Heck no. But what is being mad going to do? If I say something equally hurtful to this person, that will only make me feel better in the short term, and quite frankly, probably make the situation worse because they're likely to come at me with more hurt. And this time it might be even worse. They might deny it, and they may say it never even was said, even when I know it was. I might even start believing it's true when it's not. When they go low, we go high. So how do we do that? Well, truthfully, I went home, watched TV, cried a little bit more, and then said to myself, enough. It's done. I refuse to let this person have one more second to control how I feel. And that's how, when they go low, we go high. It's not about revenge and rude posts. Don't give your power to people and their words when you know in your heart what's right. I can guarantee you letting the person who hurt you see you are strong enough to move on automatically gives you the power over them, and it will bother them more than any words you say back. When they go low, we go high. This week in my Google form, I'd like you to share a time when you went high when someone hurt you and how it worked out for you. And remember, even if you don't think you have that person to help you, you do. I'm here. Your teachers are here. Hands on your back. All right, this week at our Wheel of Fun, let me kind of wrap up from last week what we did. Let's see, what was our COVID heartbreak last week. And then I also asked for advice that someone gave you that you'd like to share. So from 7th grade, Donnie M. said, I remember hearing this quote from Will Smith. If you can't beat the fear, just do it scared. I love this quote. It always makes me laugh and feel like it always makes me feel like I can do anything. I know it's not really advice directly to me, but it's advice. And I love that too, Donnie. That's a great one. And his COVID heartbreak, he just missed going to the movie theater with friends. How about that? That's for sure. That was a lot. A lot of people did say the movie theaters. And a lot of you had some really great vacation plans. I'm super bummed for you, / jealous that I was not invited to go to the Bahamas and Hawaii and cruises. You have some generous family members, that's for sure. A lot of you said that your grandparents were going to take you on a trip. Mrs. Smart, one of our teachers here, said her dad's philosophy always motivates her to look at the positives because he says, laugh it off, it's just life. And then she misses seeing her students in person. And then from 6th grade, Natalie K., you can't have everything you want, but you have the most important. That's a great quote, Natalie. And she missed vacation with her dad. And then finally, from 6th grade, Bailey V. said, mistakes are proof that you're trying. Ain't that the truth? I love that one too. And she, unfortunately, had to miss a national dance competition in Tennessee. And I'm sorry about that because I'm sure you put in a ton of work prior to that competition. So let's see what we're going to talk about this week. I remembered to replace the ones that were missing. Oh, this is so funny. I just added this one today. When I grow up. So you tell me, when you grow up, what do you want to be? Well, that about wraps it up for us here today. Remember that today is an A Day. Be sure to attend your A Day Encore classes. Thank you again for watching, and remember to start each new day with a positive attitude, face new challenges, and always rise above. Forgot to show you, my bracelet came in. Glow up, everybody! Have a good one. Bye-bye.